Welcome to this week's edition of the Truth Podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Friday evening. Welcome to the Truth Podcast. I am Akin Sam, and with me is
Mary Augustine. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to today's edition of the Truth Podcast. It's another Friday night, and yes, welcome to today's show.
Well, today we'll be touching another aspect of the health talk.
Yes.
Remember, we promised you this month was going to be more of the health talk, and we have in the house the one who started with us.
Yes,
She's continuing with us.
actually, it wasn't really planned, but I mean, along the way, we just felt like, this is a good, it's okay to just let her do
Let's
the
be
whole
consistent.
month with, I mean, she did well. She killed the topic the last time, so it's no other better way to end the month or this particular month, if not to bring her back again to kill this particular one again. So yes, we have with us Mrs. Broda.
Thank you.
Anyway, for Mrs. Broda, welcome. It's so
Thank
good to have you
you.
again on the show. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an opportunity to be here again.
Yes.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know her, she's very active on TikTok. You will learn a lot.
Yes, actually, you will learn a lot.
You will learn a
really.
lot.
Like, she takes the time to
Explain.
dissect and explain, something that looks really big, to the tiniest level. So yes, you should follow on TikTok. You should, please, let's even give out your TikTok, and
Okay, my TikTok handle is FarmRoll.
from Ro, yes,
That's-
from Ro. Please follow
R.O.,
her
right?
on TikTok.
RO, yes.
Yes, follow her on TikTok. Anyway, so today we are talking about a topic, something that affects women, and one very beautiful thing about this topic today is the fact that there's going to be a lot of debunking. It just gladdens my heart. It gladdens my soul that we are going to debunk a whole lot, and that's the part I can't wait to get into. But before then, we also have someone on the other side she's not here. You can't see her, but you're going to hear her voice. So we have someone that is joining us for today's topic, and the topic is no other topic than Sam.
I say it's PCOS.
Why are you calling it?
PCOS. Some people say it's PCOS.
Yes.
Okay. And please, what's the full meaning of PCOS? Because sometimes, if those of us that are on Twitter, we see this PCOS up and down on our timeline. Actually, what's PCOS?
It's Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome.
Again?
You really say again.
Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome.
Okay. I will leave the P and go to ovarian syndrome.
Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome.
Okay.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Polycystic,
Not myself.
polycystic,
Ovarian.
cyst, like cyst. There is
CYSTS.
cystic ovarian syndrome.
Cystic ovarian syndrome.
Yes, it is something that affects mostly women,
Women.
biological women.
Anyway, before we go on with that, we have somebody who has gone through this process. She experienced it. She came out on top.
Yes.
And sincerely, it gladdens my heart that she's willing to, share a story
Yes.
and tell us how she did it. However, before she is introduced to do this, we're just going to touch a bit on PCOS, where FarmRoll will actually take us through it. So, FarmRoll, please, what is PCOS particularly, and how is it something that's contactable?
Why
Yeah,
are you
come again.
always-
No, I have to ask this question because
Why are you always on the
No.
call? Are you? Why?
No, he's always scared. That's why.
Why?
He's
Are you doing
scared.
something wrong?
No.
we can't tell, oh. We can't tell, oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
PCOS is a common hormonal disorder that affects women of child reproductive age. Meaning that if you are not of child reproductive age, it won't happen.
But what if you're above it?
If you are above it, it corrects itself.
Okay.
So that's why it affects women of child reproductive
Productive
age.
age.
And it happens because there is an hormonal imbalance. And this hormonal imbalance leads to the production of a hormone called androgen.
Okay.
So this androgen is what is responsible for that hormonal imbalance. So most times when the treatment is targeted towards correcting the hormonal imbalance.
Now, when you say hormonal imbalance, it means it can be too high
Yes,
or too
the
low?
androgen, because of the hormonal imbalance, it affects a hormone in the female called luteinizing hormone,
Okay.
LH for short. So it leads to a very high luteinizing hormone, leading to a low follicle stimulating hormone.
Follicle
That's
stimulating
FSH. We call it FSH. So this high luteinizing hormone and a low follicle stimulating hormone leads to a rise in what is called a high insulin level.
Okay, so the insulin, is that not what works on our sugar?
Yes.
So how then does it affect ladies in that sense?
It affects ladies because one of the tests that is carried out is to check for sugar level. So
Okay.
most times when you check the sugar level of the patient or of the person, you see that the sugar level is elevated.
Oh, so
Wow.
that
So-
elevated sugar level
Mm.
tends to affect the reproductive organ too.
Yes, it affects the reproductive organ because excess of that sugar leads to excess weight gain.
So okay, so that now what you're telling me is this sugar
Mm.
and excess of it, due to the fact that you have excess sugar, more insulin is produced in the body
That the body needs.
than the body needs,
Mm.
could then lead to the imbalance.
Yes. It also leads to the imbalance. This is part of it.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
major hormone implicated here is that androgen,
Okay.
which is a male reproductive hormone. That's why we have symptoms such as excessive hair growth in certain parts of the body, like the chest, the face, and the back.
So that's how are you telling me that Sandra has that hey God, why am I saying this thing?
Maybe I'm not meant to say it.
Yeah.
Sandra has hair in her chest.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, it's
Or
not.
on the chin. You know, they say you're very
Yeah.
wicked when you have so much hair.
No,
Is
that-
those
things
are still myths.
Yeah, these are the
Those
things that we're
still
supposed to
myths.
debunk. But
Do you know there was something that happened at my place of work one time? I came to work, I saw a lady looking so sad. I asked her what happened. She said a woman walked in, seeing the hair on her chest, and she's hairy. The woman just said, "You have issues with conception."
Yeah?
Just like
Really?
that, just like that. So when I came, I was like, "What? Should I say what indices or what
from where to where is where I used to say. I would
what
say from where to
parameters
where.
you just see you have hair at certain part of the body doesn't mean that you have issues with conception and all that. So some people are naturally born. We have certain people that are born. So what is diagnosed is that where did they start?
Okay.
It's not like someone that is just having hair maybe right from childhood
Childhood.
days and all
Yeah.
that. You now wake up and say the person has PCOS. No, it's not.
So what are the signs of PCOS?
The signs are one, irregular periods.
Ladies, I hope you are hearing it.
Irregular periods, pelvic pain,
Wow.
acne,
Yeah.
skin discoloration. Some even have skin tags
So
on
I,
their body.
skin discoloration, like she's supposed to be fair, but
No, like
Sometimes
different
you have
patches,
patches.
light skin
Yes.
hair. Their nails are not. This
They are-
part of the
the knuckles.
finger is not. Your knuckles
Yes,
Yeah.
is dark
there
or
are lots
something.
of dark patches.
You
on
know,
the
their
skin.
faces, the coloring in their faces is, patches. You see
It's
black.
not a
dark.
uniform
color.
color on their
So
body.
that means some of these Yoruba girls have said that
They are
Sam!
not bleaching. They are not bleaching.
You're
Sam.
mentioning too much names, Sam. But
telling you,
listen,
Love
that
and
this
name.
is this is the point that we some of these things are things that we grew up
Yeah.
and stereotype. People just put for example, they say women that have hair,
Yeah.
they are going to be very wicked.
Wicked. Mm.
We heard things like we girls that have irregular period are promiscuous. You see we've seen mothers beat their children because their period came today, 6 months later no period.
Yeah.
Things like that. We've heard story. We've even seen people being called winch for having certain kind of imbalance, hormonal imbalance, their body not being able to explain a lot of things their body go through or their system pull out each month. Or you see things like overweight, like today the weight is 90, next tomorrow
It's
it is
also-
60, next other one it is 40, just that imbalance
Fluctuation.
here and here, it just fluctuates from here and here. But today let's just hit it. Truly, we have, like I said earlier, we have someone on the other side, and I call her a testifier because truly she has been there, done that. She has been through this thing. This explanation we are giving, and it looks big. She's a conqueror. Like, she has conquered it. She's a warrior, really. She has survived this period, and we really want to hear from her. So Mrs. Catherine, are you there?
Hi everyone, good evening.
Yes, welcome, Mrs.
Catherine.
Catherine. Welcome,
So good
welcome,
to have you
welcome.
on the show.
Yes, so good to have you. So we would like you to introduce yourself and then just hit it running. Just introduce yourself and tell us your journey so far. Your journey so far. We want to, let's just dive into that. So please just introduce yourself and tell us your journey so far.
Okay, so my name is Mrs. Catherine Adaji, and just like the host said, I'm a PCOS survivor and PCOS warrior because I was diagnosed with PCOS, and against all odds, I was still able to conceive, which was one of the things that prompted me to get the diagnosis. So I actually before 2024, I didn't know that there was anything like PCOS. That's the truth. I used to only hear it. I'm a Dunamis member, by the way. So I used to just hear my pastor, Pastor Paul Eneche, talking about, okay, you have PCOS, you are delivered, and I'll just shout amen. I'll be like, oh, amen for whoever has PCOS so and all that. So that was the highest I've ever heard of it. I actually didn't never heard of it. So I in 2023 I got married, and I thought everything was okay with me. I didn't know that I had any issues whatsoever. But after almost a year of no pregnancy and everything, I and my husband decided to go for checkup. And when we went, I got to realize that the doctor diagnosed me of polycystic ovarian syndrome. I did a scan, lots of some scans quite invasive, and and all that. I don't want to bore you with the details of some of these scans, but they were very strange. And so he diagnosed me with TP. So I asked him, I said, "What's the cause?" And he was like, he really cannot tell me that, okay, this is the cause of it and all that. But he told me that it's like my my ovaries are not producing eggs. I think is the inability of the body to produce matured eggs. So according to him, I have eggs, my eggs are there, but they are too young, according to him. So that was what the doctor explained. The eggs are they are too young. Let me just say like that they don't mature. So I didn't know what to do. So at the end of the day, he told there was a time I even had to take this drugs that the people that have diabetes take. What do they call it? Yes, at some point I had to take metformin because he said also one of the things that causes is insulin resistance. So at the end of, as if the universe knew that I was going through that, I noticed that most of my TikTok searches used to just be about PCOS, and all that. So I kept getting a lot of things about PCOS, and I cannot I cannot stand here and pretend and say that I was very strong throughout. No, there were immediately I got the diagnosis, I was actually devastated because I was like, how? I apart from this insulin resistance, I had a regular period cycle. So I didn't understand why, I didn't understand how, and I did the scan repeatedly and it kept saying PCOS. So the only thing I can say that was one of the signs I saw was I started gaining weight, which is one of the things that I researched about, and they said is one of these because prior to that I wasn't weighing that much. I was weighing like 60 something. Then over time I added like 15 more than over 15 kg in less than a year. I added 15 kg to my weight. So I think that's one of the things that also made me feel like, okay, the doctor may be saying the truth, and I had PCOS. So I started researching about it, and I was seeing a lot of herbal remedies. Do this. Some people say take clove, take ginger. At the end of the one of the supplements that I researched and it was good for it was inositol. So I started planning on taking inositol because I saw that it helps with PCOS. So after some time, I now noticed that I wasn't even getting my period again after going to the doctor and getting the diagnosis and all. So I wasn't getting my period. So I was like, what's going on? I went back to the hospital with high hopes that okay, maybe I've conceived or something like that. I did some tests and it was all negative. So at this point in time, I had bigger fish to fry because it wasn't just PCOS now; it was absence of period. So it was now something bigger, and I wasn't happy. But I'm a Christian, so I'm going to portray that side of it because honestly, I believe that God played a very big role in my deliverance and in my victory in this process because in that period of not having my period and praying to God for my period to resume, that was the period that I conceived. So
Wow.
Wow.
I conceived without I didn't have period. Like even when I think about it, I don't even understand. Like I didn't have period for a while and
You
I
still
was still able to
conceived.
conceive. So
Wow.
yes, but before then, one of the things I started doing, apart from praying to God about it and everything, I know that I started working on my weight. I started working on my weight seriously because I saw that the weight gain was really a problem, was a factor. So I used to take long walks. I'll walk for so long just to burn calories because I researched and they said jogging does not even really help you burn fat. So walk. So I used to take long walks and I started watching my diet. I reduced my sugar intake drastically and just reduced the kind of the carbs I eat. I reduced carbs a lot. I tried to minimize on carbs and all that. I really cannot say these are the things that worked for me, but these are things I did in addition to praying to God. And at the end of the day, I didn't and another thing I told myself was that I wasn't going to be one of the people that has to suffer for years with this condition before I get free from it. I was going to take the bull by the horn, whatever it took, I was going to do it. And I knew that I wasn't going to be, I had some testimonies of people saying I had PCOS for 5 years before I got delivered. Me, I was like, 5 years is a long time. I don't have 5 years to be nurturing PCOS. So I put my mind, I was like, no, I'm not having PCOS for that long. And I believe that also because I didn't want to take no for an answer. So that helped me to pray more and believe in God more. And I believe God was the one that did this one for me and my family.
Oh,
Wow, such a survivor story. No one could
that's a
have,
beautiful one.
put together this, story more than she is doing right now. It's
Thank you
easy for
so
you
much for that
to
testimony.
really, it's easy for you to
Honestly.
just sit back and read someone else's story, but hearing it directly from them is. But then I want to ask, if you can hear, I want to ask
Okay.
you, before you got married, before you were diagnosed of it, were there any symptoms at all that you noticed? Because I know you read a lot about it, from gaining weight to irregular. You already said that before then you didn't have any, your period was regular. Did you maybe hair growth, and was there anything at all that you noticed before you got married?
Absolutely not. I had a very regular period. I didn't have I had a very regular period. I didn't have hair growth in any face in my face or anywhere. The acne I used to have was mild, not invasive acne that you say, okay,
Yes,
this
yes.
acne is too much. Just something that a little face wash can take care of. So I really didn't have any of those signs that I was getting to know about, period season for 6 months. And no, I didn't have all those ones.
Wow, farm brother. Now, will you tell, like, can you add to this? Because it seems like, okay, you are supposed to have one of these to, show that this is something is wrong somewhere. But now she's saying that she never had any of this at all. Are there people like that who
There are
really?
people like that. There are people like that. It can, like I said, it can just happen at any time at your
Reproductive.
reproductive age. It can happen at any time. And some people have it after taking a contraceptive. So that suppressing of what's it called, ovulation, because you don't want to get pregnant, can also stimulate that as well. So it can happen at any time. And that's why they say it goes undiagnosed. So maybe when you are trying to like conceive, like some people might not even be trying to conceive. Some people might even be done with conception, but all of a sudden maybe something happened. They are experiencing some pelvic pain and all that. They say, okay, let's go for a scan. And on carrying out the scan, they'll now see, because you see on the result that there are lots of cysts on the ovaries. So that's why they said it's a silent killer.
Wow. It's a killer.
As in, it's a silent disease that goes on unnoticed and all.
unnoticed.
Yes.
Okay, Catherine, I'd like to ask you, because I know you didn't want to bore us with some of the experiences you had gone through, because I always hear that it's like an invisible struggle that people go through. But it seems like prior to that time, you didn't really have any struggle, like with acne or with so much hair or with so much weight gain prior to then. So can you just tell us some of the struggles you went through? Was it depression? I know you're a Christian, but so those people out there will be able to, relate to these struggles that you actually went through.
Okay. I think the struggle I had most especially was the weight gain, because all my life I'm actually a very slim person, and like let me say my highest weight will be like 63 kg. So I'm a slim person. Then when I just started adding weight, so at first I thought it was evidence of good living.
Or marriage, your husband has.
I, everybody would say it's peace of mind. Oh, you're married. I didn't know I didn't know something else was going on, because from 63 kg I went as high as 79.
Wow.
So in let's say in less than a year, for me that's a lot, because in my years of age, I am not fat. I'm always like this. I'm slim. I don't add weight. So all of a sudden my clothes were not sizing me again. At first I didn't really think it was anything. I just thought that okay, I'm just having fun and all that. But when I got to know that it was that I started losing appetite too, because I was like, probably the food that is causing my problem. So I wasn't really eating much. I used to skip breakfast as much as I can. I was saying maybe if I skip breakfast, I will. Because I even read about intermittent. Is it intermittent or intermediate fasting? So I started saying, okay, I used to even take my own fouls. I would stay hungry till like 2 or 3, just like that. When I eat, I will eat small. I was just, trying to, and then it also wasn't easy too, if any of you is married, if you're married and you realize that okay, you are the fault, not you are the cause. As much as my husband is a loving person and all that, he never in at any point in time made it look like it was my fault, but it still gets to me. You get, it will still get to me that okay, this problem is from you, and I'll be like, how God? Like, how did I get it? I've been a church girl, how, and all those. So it got to me. That's the truth. But one of the things I did was I always used to encourage myself, but it got to me. I used to be worried.
And what about family pressure? Sorry to interrupt you, like in-laws and because I think it's something that you really need family to be
No,
very
nothing like
supportive.
that. No, nothing. No, nothing like that. That's one thing that I didn't face. My parents didn't one day ask me, even because even your parents too can ask you how far. My parents didn't ask me one day, okay, what's up? We've not heard any. They didn't. Even my in-laws, they never. Everybody just were just minding their business, which was very, very good for me. The only time it was only when I offer an information, like usually I talk to my sisters more. I used to just once, I think after some time, I confided in my sisters, but that was because I came to them. They also did not invade to ask me how far and all that. So that's one.
Oh, thank God for a supportive family, husband, and the rest, and of course God's deliverance as well.
Yeah.
Very
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank
It
you
was
so
lovely hearing
much.
from you. Thank you very much. We appreciate this
Thank you
very
so
well.
much.
Yeah.
And I believe that people out there after hearing your word of testimony, because this is a testimony actually.
Truly, truly.
They would embrace it and understand that it's not actually a death sentence. Neither is it something that you should, crucify yourself for.
Yeah.
However, there are solutions to these things. So, from Ro, I'm going to ask, what then should people do, or what then should a lady do once she notices these signs?
Okay, first, if you notice the signs, it's always good to go to the hospital, because just like she said, she didn't notice any other sign except the weight gain. Some people, upon getting to hospital, they'll check their sugar level. I think someone contacted me and said, they did my sugar level. They said, the sugar level is 6 point something. I said, yes, it's above the normal range. It means that it's also implicated. So when you get to the hospital, they'll check the symptoms. It's not like you must demonstrate all those symptoms. You understand? So you might be looking for what's it called, acne. You won't see acne. You might be looking for discoloration. You won't see. You might be looking for excessive hair growth. You won't see it. You might even be looking for stomach pain. You won't even see it, because some of them keeps coming. Like one of the things she said that the doctor said her ovaries, she had eggs, but the eggs were not mature. So that's what happens. Like what I was explaining from the beginning, that follicle stimulating hormone that was suppressed because of the high luteinizing hormone, it makes that follicle stimulating hormone not to bring out the eggs to its mature state. So is that egg that refused to, should I say, come to its mature state that develop those cysts.
Wow.
So that's just what happened. So if it wasn't suppressed, everything would have come out normally, and then the eggs will come out normally. So I think that's the layman's way that I'll explain. So when you get to the hospital, it's not just what's it called? It's not just scan. It's not just scan. You even be asked to do hormonal profile. Why you do luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, thyroid hormone, testosterone hormone, everything. They'll tell you to do a hormone profile. And after doing it, you also be asked to do fasting blood sugar and other sugar tests. When it's done, then they will now merge it with the ultrasound. That's when you can conclude that you really have this.
So once a person is confirmed to have it, what then?
Treatment. And just like she said, that the treatment goes hand in hand with lifestyle modifications. Because someone can come and say, okay, I've seen people that came to say they are taking drugs, they will still continue with their lifestyle, eating a lot of carbohydrates, not exercising, so many things, or eating junks. So when you're treating it, you're also adjusting your lifestyle. You'll be walking. I think I read a story, they say walking is the best, but don't make it so, because you are desperate and say, oh, I want this thing. There's some people now walk so long and all that. So just make it gradual. And then she mentioned that she was skipping breakfast, and that is one way of not doing it. Don't skip breakfast, because one of the things that skipping breakfast does is that it dysregulates the sugar. Yes, it dysregulates your body, and sometimes you start. It's just like if you fast in the morning, that time you want to break, you see that you have excess craving for sugar because of how you've kept your body
and your body needs sugar now.
Yes,
that's why you not swallow a lot more of sugar.
My body used to crave sugar again. I can't remember when last I ate breakfast.
So
even me hardly eat breakfast. Though I think I ate today, but I hardly. It's not in my lifestyle to eat breakfast.
So like, most times it starts gradually. I know it's not easy. Let's say you're the type that don't do exercise. Some people, they call it a sedentary lifestyle. From their car to house, from house to car. So now I'm trying to adjust. It takes a while, but after some time it gets. So the treatment approach is lifestyle modification, food modification, and then the drugs aspect. So she mentioned also that she was giving metformin. Metformin is majorly to regulate the sugar. Wow. That's what it does. Then people go for supplements, like it's even advised that it's better to go for supplements. So the supplements that will correct the high hormone, that's the androgen, to bring it down. The hormone the supplement that will correct excess hair growth, several things. So that's the treatment approach. So medication, lifestyle modification, that's what gives a good result.
Okay, so talking about lifestyle modification, I told myself and my team, we talked about something beginning of this month, that we're going to actually mention one lifestyle border modification, something you do, to help your health, because we are talking about it's a health month, right? We are talking about, we're having health conversations. Sam, are you flipping?
Sam is
What are you
feeling
doing?
guilty. That's what I was thinking.
But
Because we forgot to talk about it during the last
yeah,
podcast.
we said we're going to
We
do
did
that
mention
because we
that.
need to be practical.
Yeah.
Then if you don't have, it's okay. You can just say you don't have, and you just learn from other people. So we are going to be talking about something you do for your health. Like you do it. You didn't go to a doctor. The doctor didn't prescribe it for you. You just stay. You looked at your life. Look at what you want to be. Look at where you are headed to, and you just told yourself that, you see this one, I need to add it to my life, or I need to do it to, we are going to start from you. So what is one thing that you do? One thing that you do that you need to tell us, so our listeners listen, and they probably add it to their own lifestyle too. So one thing that you do to help your health.
That I walk a lot. So I'm this kind of person. Sometimes when we close from church, I will just trek home. Someone saw me trekking and have to pick a bike, third bike to come and
Tell
carry me.
them
And I
he
say, it's
does
not like
that,
I don't
and
have money.
I'm
I'm
telling
just
you.
doing it because this is what I do. So I walk a lot, and I know before I even came to Cuba, I had this culture of visiting the gym. I always register to gym, but upon coming to Cuba, the gym place was far from my house. So I saw that I will not be able to be consistent. So when I wake up, even if it's to just do some stretch, do some squats, I just make sure I do it. So that's what
One thing you've been doing
that's
for
what
a
I do
long time, right?
for a long time.
Sam.
Why did you come to me?
Because Sam, what do you mean by why do you come to me?
He's motivating.
please.
Tell
Well,
me.
well, for me, I don't eat breakfast.
What?
That increases
You're not
your
even helping
craving.
your
You should
health.
It
just
does not increase anything.
You are
It does not increase anything.
you are your body.
a health
You are
hazard.
dysregulating your
That's what
body.
I take long walks. I'm Johnny Walker. And then another thing I know I actually tried doing for a while was eating more nuts.
Oh
yes.
That's very
More
good.
groundnuts to be particular.
Yes, granite is actually good because of the omega-3 that it needs. So
Oh wow,
omega-3
nice.
is rich. Granite is rich in omega-3, which are
Which of the
called,
granules, please?
how many granola?
Groundnut is
No,
groundnut,
no,
whether it's
like
boiled or
groundnut,
fried.
boiled or fried, because
No,
maybe
anyone. I think
anyone.
almond, any nut.
Any nut at all, they are rich. Cashew nuts.
Yes.
They are all rich.
And then I
fried
also
groundnut is
consumed
not
quite a lot
it.
of eggs recently.
Fried groundnut,
Not fried.
it.
Boiled, yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's nice. Mrs. Yogo, do you have
Yeah, I
any?
just try to reduce my calories. I don't eat fried yam.
You
I
reduce
boil my
calories.
yam. That's true. That's the truth. Anything that makes me reduce oil.
Yeah.
I rather boil potatoes, even though my husband loves fried
Fried
potatoes.
potatoes.
But anything like my oil that I bought since when is still there.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
the truth.
Wow.
So I reduce the oil, granite oil, as much as possible. I do white okra, like instead of putting palm oil in my okra, prefer white okra. And then I reduce my sugar. Coke. I don't know when last I took Coke. I know I took malt recently,
Yeah.
but I don't.
wow.
I just try
Nice.
to reduce because I'm not really the exercise person. Trying, but I just
It's a
reduce the
gradual
sugar.
process.
Yeah,
Your
really
body
gradual.
gets used to it with time.
Wow.
So what of you, Mary?
Yes.
It's true.
My own is, I really like the fact that coming from a farm, like it is farm road that I said it. Uche, don't give me transfer. It's not because I don't have money. That's why I'm working. Because when I work, Uche is looking at me like
Yeah, broke.
why is she working? They're always looking at me like, why are you working like this? And I will try to explain that this thing, you do it for yourself. I walk down, like when I close from work and get to I walk down to my house. I do that every evening. Walk down from NNPC to
Okay.
you understand that? Like I do it every evening, and I try to take 10,000 work a day. Sometimes I'm not able to because of maybe
10,000
work and all that. Because I'm not with my
10,000
phone.
steps.
When I'm working in the office, I'm not with my phone. Because if I'm with my phone, I'm very sure I take 10,000 work a day. But the days I'm not able to take 10,000 work, if I check it at the end of the day, it's like 6,000, 8,000. But averagely, I don't do less than 4,000 walks a day, except I did not come out. That's one. Then two is fasting. Fasting, I've been doing that for 10 years. I said it was a spiritual thing for me first. I said it as, a spiritual exercise and all that. But along the line, I felt like this thing is not just spiritual exercise. This thing is even have health benefits. So yeah, it has health benefits. I just, that is now in my lifestyle. I can, some days it feel like a sin to eat some days because my body is now my body is now so used to it. So some days in my life it just feels I cannot even, if I try to take something and put it in my mouth, it just feel like you're doing something wrong. I'll just remember, oh, it's my fasting day. No, like that's how much my body is now so used to it. So fasting is part of it, that I do, but I can't do the food Mrs. Yobi is talking. I can't cut down anything food.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
She's called Oriako. She's
I
called
can't cut
Oriako.
down anything.
I only
food,
cut down
please.
the way I prepare it.
So I can't touch anything in my food. My food is okay. The way
She's called Oriako. You think it's beef?
my food is okay the way it is. But you
Anyway,
know the other
on our body. That's why.
my food is
why.
okay the way it. If I cut down anything,
You will
you see,
disappear.
I want to say something. Is there a reason why I feel headache, like strong, great headache, and then I take Coke?
You are carrying the
Why?
problem of
Because
Nigeria
you're
in your head.
No, not fasting. Like I feel headache, like normal,
Because
like today now I have very strong headache. In the office I took Coke.
today?
I know I
Actually,
did
not
till
this
9. It was
side
just
yet,
till
I
9
tied
now.
like this.
But it
Oh,
usually
tight.
happens
It's because it happens because the brain is
on my
lacking
sugar level.
Yes.
because I feel like it's my sugar level really,
Yes.
That is low.
that is low. So that's
But
why I said
sometimes it's
online I
not just
cannot
sugar level.
cut
It could be
anything.
like
Some
a
people have
craving.
low.
Some people
sugar.
have low sugar
Yes,
level, and
yes.
sometimes your body can get used to it.
It's not used
So
to
that
it too.
if you don't take that
Coke.
Coke, you just feel
Now
like
become drunk.
yes, you just have to. I've seen people that say if they don't take that Coke, the ones their head is just in one
This
kind.
one, no, this one
But
is
it's psychological, right?
No,
Yes,
this one is not
psychological.
psychological.
And so, but if you sometimes you can mix it up with water.
Yeah, I do
So
water.
instead of taking the Coke, you can also take water.
anyways,
I hope we didn't leave Catherine out of this conversation.
no.
Can you share
Can you
with us
share with us
your
one
lifestyle
thing?
changes that
Yes.
really helped you?
After after this whole journey, and
Yeah.
I know you have a baby now. After that, what is that one thing that you've put into your lifestyle that you've continued like that?
Okay, I think one of the things I did and I do up till now is I try as much as I can to reduce cola, carbonated drinks. I want to eliminate it, but you know that once maybe you go for a wedding or I don't know, somebody dash you free Coke. Sometimes I compromise. Let me know like, but I maintained that one for a long time, especially when I was in that phase of my life. But even now, because I realized that cutting out cola is quite good, so I started going for healthier drinks. I started making my own zobo. So I started making my own zobo. I will make it very nutritious. Put watermelon. So that was we stopped buying drinks in my house. Even up to now, I don't buy cola. If I must take something, I'll take malt or fruit juice, something else. So I think I cut out cola.
thank you very much because
I want to
manager,
say something so bad.
because our manager is asking himself how he
Yeah,
will
it's been-
cut his phone down. I think it's going to be a very big struggle for him, but we'll be praying for him over here.
Okay, the topic still remains PCOS, and we're rounding up right now. I don't know if there are any final words that Famoda would like to share with us. And of
Okay,
course,
the
Catherine
final
as
words I
well.
want to say is that there are complications. That's long-term complications if it's not treated.
Wow.
Yes, there are complications, and some of them is diabetes.
Wow.
Because when that insulin is so
Yes,
much in your
surprising.
body and you are not, your body is, your liver is not metabolizing it, it will be so much, and as the result it come down with diabetes. And also there is depression, like she mentioned. A lot of people go through depression, and they now come down with mood disorders and all that. And also there is heart disease that comes with it as well, because this comes with so many release of cortisol. Some people that are stressed, I didn't mention that stress is also a factor that affects PCOS. So if you are constantly under stress, your body is producing cortisol, which is a stress hormone, on a regular basis. So this stress hormone is not good for the heart. So just imagine that something that was just meant to be produced for a short time is now being produced all the time. So it's not good for the heart. And then there's also endometrial cancer. So
So this is what we'll call it today. It's been lovely having you all with us.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.